Power doesn't live in the loudest voice. The man worth watching isn't the one making noise. He's the one who doesn't have to. He doesn't claim the room. The room adjusts to him. He holds eye contact without making it a contest. He doesn't shift in his seat when the pressure builds. Other people lower their voices around him without quite knowing why. His presence isn't performed, it accumulates. Machiavelli understood something most people never do. Power is perception, and perception isn't built through speeches. It's built through what you withhold. If you want people to follow you, stop being so readable. Mystery isn't a personality flaw. It's a weapon. 1. Stillness. Watch anyone under pressure, and you'll see the same confession. Tapping fingers, tugging at sleeves, nodding at things nobody asked them to respond to. These habits feel harmless. They're not. Each one is a small broadcast. I'm nervous. I need you to like me. I'm not sure I belong here. The most formidable people in any room move least. When they do move, it means something. Stillness isn't passivity. It's discipline made visible, and it unsettles people in ways they can't name. Why isn't he reacting? What does he already know? That's the mechanism. When you stop filling silence, others rush to fill it for you. They talk more, explain more, reveal more. You haven't said a word, but you're running the conversation. Think of movement as currency. Spend it rarely, and every gesture lands with weight. Squander it, and you're just noise. 2. The body doesn't lie, but it can be trained. People think deception is a verbal skill. It isn't. The mouth can say anything. The body gives the verdict. Eyes that drift too early. A voice that thins under stress. A smile that arrives half a beat late. These are the tells. The words barely matter once the body contradicts them. The ones who hold power, in any negotiation, boardroom, or interrogation room, have learned to decouple feeling from showing. They breathe slowly when their chest wants to tighten. They pause before responding. Not because they're uncertain, but because that 1 second of silence reads as authority. They keep their posture open, their face neutral, their gestures few. What's happening inside them is irrelevant. What you can read on them is nothing. Certainty, real or performed, is persuasive. Doubt, however slight, invites challenge. The con man, the executive holding a sinking company together, the politician speaking calmly, while the building burns, they all understand this. You don't need to feel certain. You need to look it. 3. Eye contact. Predators lock on before they move. The gaze isn't aggression. It's assessment, and it signals something before a single word is exchanged. Most people break eye contact too soon. They glance down, sideways, anywhere. And every time they do, something small is surrendered. The other person's brain registers it, even if they couldn't articulate it. The hierarchy shifts without anyone announcing it. Learning to hold a look, without challenge, without warmth, just presence, communicates something that words can't replicate. I see you clearly. You don't move me. I'm not going anywhere. Start in the mirror. Hold your own gaze without softening it. In conversation, hold contact 1 second longer than feels natural before you speak. The effect is strange the first few times. People begin explaining themselves without being asked, seeking approval you never offered, talking into the space you're simply occupying. Power doesn't always need affection. It needs to be acknowledged. 4. The cost of reacting. There's an unspoken rule. Whoever reacts first loses. A reaction is a gift. It tells the other person exactly where you're vulnerable, what gets under your skin, Which buttons are worth pressing again? The moment you flare up, defend yourself, or rush to explain, you've handed over a map. The people who actually hold influence don't rise to every provocation. They watch. They wait. They let the other person run out of rope. If someone raises their voice, they lower theirs. If someone speeds up, they slow down. If someone unravels, they stay composed, not because they feel nothing, but because they understand that showing it ends the game immediately. Anger isn't the problem. Visible anger is. Silence after a jab is one of the hardest things to practice and one of the most effective. Let the words hang. Don't correct, don't explain, don't flinch. The discomfort you feel in that silence, the other person feels it more. 5. Silence. Every room has a moment when silence starts to press against people. When someone speaks just to escape the weight of it. When your stillness makes the air change. By the time that happens, you're already ahead. Silence isn't emptiness. It's pressure, with nowhere to go. Most people use words to carve out space for themselves. Silence takes the space without asking. Each word you add is another chance to say something that can be used against you. Words get twisted, tone gets misread, context gets stripped. Silence offers nothing to work with and still shapes the room. The technique is simple and difficult. Pause before you answer, even briefly. Don't give validation on demand. If someone is waiting for it, make them wait. End conversations before they go flat. The person who commands doesn't linger. They say what's needed and leave the other person wanting the rest. Closure is what people need. Silence withholds it. And whoever doesn't have closure goes looking for attention, for an answer, for you. The room before the words. You can see it now, once you know what to look for. The nervous tick, the eyes that flee, the explanation that nobody asked for. People give themselves away constantly, and they don't even know what game they're playing. Every room is a negotiation. Every silence, a statement. Every gesture, a tell. The most powerful man isn't the loudest. He's the one who stays still while others scramble. The one whose silence makes others pour themselves into the gap. The one who moves slowly, not because he lacks urgency, but because the pace already belongs to him. The body speaks before you open your mouth. Before the handshake, before the first word, the message has already arrived. The insecure try to prove they belong. Everyone else simply assumes they do. People will call it coldness. You'll know it's something else. Clarity, mostly. There's no virtue in being easy to read. What people can't understand, they tend not to challenge. The less you expose, the more you carry.